Hey guys, how you doing today? It's me, Kelly, and today we are going to do some bookmarks. And the first one I'm going to do is with wire. Now, if you've been following me on my Vlogmas, which I will put the link up in the iCard up here or down below in the description to my Vlogmases. I've only missed one day. I'm really trying hard. Then you will know that I've been doing a lot of jewelry lately because I'm obsessed. So I thought, what better way to start doing bookmarks with wire? So here's what I'm going to do. Now, my husband took a metal block and secured it to a piece of wood for me to use years and years and years ago. And then last year he bought me a metal block, just big old metal block to pound out wire. I'm putting this on there right now because it's reflective and all that kind of stuff. So let me show you a few of the things that I want to use. This is a piece of copper wire. Where do I get copper wire? I get it from my local hardware store, which I have Home Depot and Lowe's, and it is called Bare Copper Indoor Wire, Outdoor Wire. This is 25 feet, 8 gauge soft drawn annealed copper, and this was $9 and change. And I'll show you. This is what the deliciousness that comes. So I got two of these. I got this size and then a smaller size, and that's very, very cheap, and you get so much. I buy from the craft store, you know, like we all have the wire, which is completely fine. Use your coupon, and you can you know, you can get all kinds of different gauges. This is silver wire wrapped over copper, which is this what they do, unless you buy complete silver all the way through, which can be more expensive. These are nickel free, they don't tarnish, and they don't affect your skin. And if you make earring wires and whatever, they don't make your ears infected, because I can't wear nickel. It makes me turn black and makes my ears infected. Same with my daughter. So I have to be careful what I buy. And this, I believe, is 18 gauge. And the fun thing with wire is that you have to remember, the bigger the gauge, meaning 24, 26, the thinner the wire. So the smaller the gauge, 18, 16, 14, the thicker the wire, just so you know. That's why this is 8 gauge, and I don't know how well you can see that. And then this is like 18 gauge, maybe 20, not sure. So here's what I'm gonna do. What I love doing is banging my wire. And I'm gonna use the copper one. And like I said, if you want to use a coupon and go to your art store, your craft store, buy an 18 or 16 gauge wire to make these. These are a lot of fun. So first, what I'm going to do is take my pliers, and believe it or not, I have a lot of my stuff upstairs right now, so I don't have a lot of my jewelry stuff to work with, but you don't need much. I have a lot of tools that I buy from the hardware store, Lowe's, Harbor Freight, all those, that I use for these, like round nose pliers, flat nose pliers, that kind of thing. But if you just have regular jewelry wires, no big deal. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a swirl on these, and you can just do a hook, but I am going to, and you can see this is really tough. I'm just going to do, and if you take it, now look, I have RA and fiber, so this is very hard sometimes, but you see how I'm making a hook? And what I want to do, and the better, you know, the more you hold it up further, the more tension you can put on it. I just want to hook it. Okay. And that's really it. You can see. And I'm going to take my hammer and just give it, whatever way is easier for you, a bang down. And you see, very simple. And now it's flat. It took nothing to do. Now, if you want to hang anything from this, you definitely could. Should have brought my other pliers. I'm just going to hold it up and give it a curl. Okay, you see that? So that I can hang on. And if I don't want this curled to go into a book, I can hold it here again and just kind of straighten it a little bit. You see? So you'll know more of what you want here when you put it in your book, which I will do in a second. This is very, very simple. Now I'm gonna flatten this a little bit. And as I flatten this, you're going to see it gets a little sparkly almost. So I'm going to use the ball end and watch what happens. This is going to add texture. My husband's probably up there going nuts, but I'll only do half of it. I'm going to turn it this side. And show you. Okay, now look at how gorgeous. Look at that. Let me put the autofocus on now, right? It turns on all the time except when I want it. Look at that. Look at that shine. It gives it like such awesome dimension. And, you know, I can flatten it even more. I'm going to give it a couple hits, and that's, let me show you what happens. You can flatten it like this first. And I turn it a little bit, just a little bit. And look at this. Look how gorgeous. These make excellent earrings. And now if you want to go back in and, now do you need a metal thing? No, I mean, you can do it on, if you have a thick piece of wood, anything like that. Of course, you don't want to do it on plastic or glass, but I have like pieces of wood you can get out of your husband's garage, go to the store and buy like a small, just as big as this. Let me just do this real quick to show you. I know it's so loud. I'm only going to do one side though, so I don't annoy my husband too much. Then look. Look at that. Look how pretty. Oh, it's so shiny. It isn't even giving it the love that it deserves. It is delicious. So that becomes, let me grab a book. I have to have a book around here. I'll just use this. This is just a scrapbook page book. But then this part, just think of this part, is going to go into your, to hold your page. And now we can decorate it and put bangles, right? Dangles, bangles, whatever you want. So what that means is you want to make sure that this is as flat as, you know, you want it. You can, now mind you, you can continue and take your hammer and bang it all the way down to put nice design, flatten it, wonderful, you know, whatever you want. You can also turn this end up a bit. So if this is going this way, sometimes I like to do just a little bit. Just for a little bit more design. And then you can, of course, flatten it a little bit. That's it. And you have a really cool, let me show you one more time. You know, you make it as long as you're, there you go. And you can turn it out this way so it doesn't get lost. And look, there you go. You have a fantastic, I mean, it's so simple. And this is so, you can personalize these in so many ways. So let's move this out of the way. And you don't need a piece of my hair there, do ya? All right, so I brought some jump rings just to show you a couple things. Now I have made, and I love mixing metals. Do you have to? No, you don't have to. But I do like doing that. So this is something I made with resin and glitter and a little stone in there. I know the light's kind of blowing it out, but it's very pretty. You can see all the iridescent in there. So it's very pretty. So I am going to take a big jump ring. Now you know, you can make your own jump rings. Like for instance, I like to, I'll take my pliers and wrap it around like that. And then I'll cut it. And I will add, oh, there's so many ways, so many different designs and all you can do. And I'll put this on there and then close it. And it's easier if you use 2 pliers, but I only have the one here right now. And I'll close it so it can't come out. And then I should have left that a little longer. But then I will turn this way. Come on. And I will cut it. And then you can put it on here. But because I didn't, I didn't measure it, I should have measured it a little bit more. I'm just going to use my regular jump ring. Or I could even, to make it a little dangly. These are so fun to pick up. Okay. When you open your jump ring, I should have brought another pair of pliers, darn it. When you open your jump ring, you want to make sure you do it this way. So when you look at it straight on, it's going out. You don't want to pull it this way. You want to make it go that way. And then I'll just link this on. And this will just make it dangly, more dangly. You can use a head pin or another type of pin and put beads on it and then hang it on. All the stuff you can do. So much stuff. All right. And then I'll hang it on here. Make sure your opening's big enough to get it on. Let's get it on. Oh, look at that. See? Still not big enough because of my big wire, but hey, we'll work. We'll work with it. It's a lot easier if you use 2 things, but okay. So now, just going to take it and close it. Oh my God, and work it back so it's closed. And then, look, you have one dangle. So then when you put it in your book, you have pretty bookmark dangles, right? And you can do, oh my goodness, you can do so many dangles. So many dangles. I have this owl here. Now let's say we want to use this. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to string my owl on it, okay? And this could be any bead that you have. Come on now. This must be, there we go. So you see, I'm only going to do the owl right now. So I'm going to cut this about right here. All right, and I want it to hang from here as well. So I have it, and I'm going to keep it in the middle. And you straighten out your wire, and I mean, you want it to be pretty dang good. But look, even if it isn't straightened out all the way, who cares? It's about, it's about, maybe if I do it on here, you'll be able to see better. It's just about being creative. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the big parts of my, right here, all the way down here. That's where I'm going to put the wire. And I'm going to bend it back. Okay. See, and we're bending it back so it goes like that. Then what I like to do is, now you can do something, you can do fancy stuff. A lot of you have written to me and said that you guys like to make jewelry, but when you use jump rings, they tend to slide off and you're nervous. Well, there's wire wrapping. There's, I like to roll it sometimes. So I'm going to show you both on each end on what to do. Now, for us folk out there who are disabled, who has RA, fibro, carpal tunnel, lupus, I mean, it goes on and on and on, any hand issues, do whatever works for you, whatever is the best, because whatever is easiest on your hands and does not cause you issues will be what you go to do again. So I like to take it. This is one way, and you can see I have it flat. And I'm going to roll it once so it meets like that. Then I'm going to take it down here again, and I'm going to roll it again. So just take it to that fat part because it gives you more, you can hold it better. And you just keep rolling it until you don't have any more room to roll it. So I'll put him back on. Okay, now you can see You're almost making a split ring, right? So it's rolled, but you want to just straighten it up a little bit. So you could sit and play. Don't play long. Just pull it up so it's straight up and down. And then let me show you. It'd be easier if I do like this. Come on, straighten up. My focus is like, yeah, right. I'm only going to focus when you don't want me to. Maybe my hand's too much? That's really ridiculous why it won't focus. There, it's a little better. See? And then see how it's up straight, like so it's kind of even. So that's what that's going to do. Let me see if taking the light off for a minute is going to help. Okay, so that's the one end. Now the next end is how we're going to do the bottom part, and that's just a regular. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and fold it this way. And then I'm going to decide how much, I'm going to cut off so I just have a hoop. So this is just a very plain way. And cut, with that off. Take it back here again at the end of your hook. And then you roll it. And straighten it up as you go. And you just make, and you just keep straightening it, that's all. You make a hoop for the bottom so it doesn't fall off. Now, if you want it to be sideways, you leave them like that. If you want it to be, the hook facing, the back part, all you do is just turn it with there you go. And now it just looks, and you can even hang dangles from here. It's very, very simple. I don't think there's any wrong way to do these, because I think if your hands are like mine and the only way you can do it is double wrap it like that, and that's the easiest way, what is wrong with that? And of course, I'll show you the last way, which is to wrap it. So I'm going to take this. Now I probably should have hung this before, but I'm going to put this on here. Get in there, buddy. All right, well, he's not going to hang real good, so I'm going to have to take another jump ring, which is fine. Or make another. I should have brought more jump rings. I don't know if this is going to be big enough. You know me, I'm always prepared. And I'm just going to find the edge, pull it out that way, hook it on here. Again, I can hook it up, wherever it's easiest for you to hook it is where you're going to hook it. Up on top, underneath, doesn't matter. Come on, baby. See, that's where the trouble with having crappy hands goes. Where did it go? If you went up in my kitchen, you would hysterical laugh, because I have more jump rings and eye pins and the stuff I have everywhere, all over the floor, that the cats just love. The bigger the jump ring, the better off it is putting it on there. But I don't like anything. I don't make anything easy on myself. I didn't grab the big ones. I grabbed the small ones. Arrgh. There you go. Come on. I'm going to start cursing in a minute. But hey, I can edit this out. I won't, but I could. Just to show you guys that, yeah, it goes real easy. Look, it doesn't sometimes. Sometimes things are hard. And this is why people get frustrated and don't like doing it, but it happens to all of us. It's right there. All I have to do, but my fingers don't bend that way anymore. And that's what drives me crazy. In about a second, I'm going to be like, yeah, it goes on. Yep, it goes on there. Real nice, real fancy. Real fancy. Real fancy. All right. That's all right. I'm going to make my own jump ring. You don't want to cooperate? That's fine. I'll do it myself. Now, ooh, you know what a fun way to make jump rings is take a some sort of circular thing, like, let's see, like a needle, knitting needle, or a dowel or anything like that, and take it and start wrapping it around. And you can wrap it as many times as you want. Some people do the whole thing, and you could buy things that do this, but I'm just going to wrap it one more time, take it off. And then you see you have your circles. And then I will cut this off. And then you want to go in, and you want to use the proper, they do sell cutters, but I don't have them down here, of course. So I'm going to close that together. And then I'm going to cut off that end. And yeah, this must be like 18 gauge wire because it's kind of rough. And it is easier to use cutters because to get in there, come on, just cut. Would have been so much easier if I would just said, hey Dave, can you bring me my cutters? And then I'm going to press it down, and you see that's kind of where we're at. And like I said, it is easier to use wire, you know, your nippers, because they get right in there. So all I have to do is nip there and nip there. These aren't getting close. Not even close. Okay. Now let's see. Come on. That's on there. Let's see. Why I sing, I have no idea. Because I'm like, maybe this. Yep, there we go. There we go. And then just close it up. There we go. Oh my goodness. Look, life's hard sometimes. Anyway, you see? You see? And now we have these danglies, and I'll show you in here one more time. It's in our book. And we got some cool little doodads. And they go, and that, you can close this up if you want any more. It doesn't matter. And like I said, you can use you can use this wire as well if you want to. Let me throw this away before I step on it. Again, same thing. This is the wire. Hold it, you know, at the end, and you can even roll it in a spiral. And I'm just gonna see how I'm moving this, and I just keep rolling it, and then I move it up here. It's like a, watch my hands in my wrist. It's all in my. I'm pulling my wrist, turning my wrist, turning my wrist, and you're getting a hoop. And you can take your hands and kind of arrange it the way that you want. If you want it thicker or not, but you can definitely make this real nice and wide. I like to bang it down, and I'll show you. All right. I want that. So see how I just did it a little bit, and then I'll put it in here to see how long I want it. And you can make it as big or as small as you want. I like to go back and forth. Let me show you what I like to do. So now that I have it like this, I like to turn it and go like this to make the spiral. You see how it does like this? So then when you put it in, you're getting more, it hooks more. You can make it back further, whatever you want. And then if you want to bang it, and you see how simple that was. Very, very simple. All right, Dave, hold your ears because it's happening. Now I'm going to bang it. And this work hardens it a little bit, and it flattens real nice. I'll do the other side real quick to show you how pretty it looks. I'll turn it this way. And it makes it harder. And then look at that. So you see how simple? And again, oh, itchy. And again, you can hang, you know, some doodads from it or whatever you want. And you have let's see this here. Let's rip this here. Okay. And then you have, and it sits on the hook there, so you can make it as wide as you want. And you have a nice wire bookmark, and you can hang from there. You don't have to smash it. You don't have to do any of that. It's, you know, you just make it your own. And you can always even go in. I could sit here for hours because this is what I do upstairs and I just love it. You can pull these apart. You can make flowers on the end. You can do so many different things. But these are just basic. I'm not going to go too far in. I didn't want to go too far in, rather, on what to do to confuse everybody, you know, who is new to this kind of stuff and wants to do it. And like I said, then you can go in and on this one, if you're done putting the stuff on, you just push this down more so those won't come off. And there you go. Two very cool and easy, really they are easy, bookmarks. Very simple. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to give away, you guys let me know down below. I want you guys to use the word wire in a sentence for me. Everybody who uses wire in a sentence will be put in for the giveaway. I know this is going to be my second giveaway. Today is the 7th and it is Wednesday. So next Wednesday, the 14th, I will pick a winner. And you guys can either, I will finish this. Okay, I'll finish this one. So you guys can either, and I'll put more beads and make it a little bit more fancy. So you can either pick to have this, win this bookmark, and I'll show it to you, you know, in a video prior, like, I mean, not prior, but a video coming up of it being finished, then you can choose. So you could pick that, or you could pick, I will cut you a piece of the copper wire, give you some, you know, all the equipment, not the hammer and all, but the wire, some beads, some jump rings, so you can make your own bookmark. It'll be your choice. Yeah, so let me know which one you want, and use the word wire in a sentence. Yeah, so, you know, maybe you're watching this and you're like, oh, I'd love to make my own. I'll send you the stuff to make your own. Tell me what colorway you want, or if you want to win this, let me know down below, and I will send you this. So it'll be up to you. So as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoy watching my videos. It's especially the more jewelry type, you know, like this and wire and that kind of thing, so I know to make more. And please share me around. I would appreciate it greatly. And I love you guys. And as always, please be kind to each other. You never know what battle somebody else is fighting. I will see you guys in my next video. I love you guys. Bye.